During the election campaign period, Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats, to a certain degree, engaged in a lot of mudslinging and out and out lying. And it was always amazing to me when I listened to things that were so verifiably and easily verified to be false that came out of Trump's mouth and Vance's mouth and things like that. But people still believed it. In fact, one person from MAGA said, Trump told us to verify his facts. And the person interviewing said, and did you? No, I don't need to. I trust him. Yeah. That is foolish. Because if you stop and take time to verify facts, you discover who's telling you the truth and who's not. So let's just look at one thing. We're going to look at the claim regarding General Milley, who has been stripped of his security detail and his security clearance by Hegseth, who is a flunky for Trump and is a Christian nationalist who wants to turn our country into a Christian monarchy or Christian theological state or something like that. Theocracy, maybe. So there were claims during the campaign that Milley had told Biden and Trump to abandon the equipment in Afghanistan. And in actuality, that is not true. In fact, Milley had advised differently than Trump stated to both of them. He neither advocated the abandonment of the equipment, nor did he think it was a wise idea to fully withdraw from Afghanistan, because without us there, he knew that the Afghan National Security Forces, or whatever they're called, would not be able to hold off the Taliban. Kind of reminds me of Cinnabon. I think I'd rather deal with Cinnabon than Taliban. Wouldn't you? Okay, so there's that. He also claimed that they abandoned $84 billion of military equipment in Afghanistan when they left. Now, let's remember that the agreement to leave Afghanistan was Trump's plan, and Biden was just carrying out the plan, although I think he probably might have changed it, because from one president to another, they always do things differently from each other, right? So let's examine that for a moment. From 2001 until the withdrawal, the U.S. gave $84 to $85 billion of aid to Afghanistan. Of that amount, the total for equipment and transportation was either 18 or 24 billion. So and the actual total aid was 89.2 billion, not 84. Sorry. But it does depend on which source, whether you believe Trump and the Republicans, who are talking about $84 to $85 billion of military equipment, which is impossible because that much was not sent. If you consider the fact that during that stretch of time, like basically 2 decades, a lot of the equipment that had been given to the Afghan forces would have ended up being decommissioned, replaced with something newer. Maybe it was broken, or maybe it was damaged in fighting and could no longer be serviced. So a lot of that 18 or 24 billion was in equipment was not there. No, that's equipment and transportation. Okay. So I'm not sure when they say transportation in that source, whether they meant vehicles or whether they just meant funding for transportation, as in, here's some money, use it for transportation kind of thing. That I'm not clear on. At the time that Biden decided to finally withdraw, what ended up happening was that the Afghan forces had $7.1 billion of equipment. Not 12, not 18, not 24, and certainly not 84 billion. The rest of the equipment having been decommissioned, destroyed, whatever. So any equipment that was caught was equipment we gave to the Afghan army. It was theirs. Just like all that stuff that we've given to Ukraine and Israel is theirs. And it's, again, if you're going to listen to somebody like Trump, who lies just like a car salesman to get you to buy the vehicle, you have to fact check. You cannot go on faith that this man is going to be honest with you, because he has a long, decades-long history of lying, of manipulating, of breaking promises, of screwing over, backstabbing. He is a very avaricious man. He will use you until he has no need for you anymore. And then he'll dump you, and often it will be in a very unpleasant way for you. Just look at the litter of bodies. So, you don't have to believe what I'm saying about Trump's personality, although there are many people who've known him that have verified that is his personality. That's okay. But if you're going to listen to what Trump says and what the Republicans say, you have to fact check. And the Democrats. I don't trust the Democrats either. I mean, there are some that I do trust, but most of them I don't, because they haven't proven to me that they deserve my trust. They're either weak-willed or they're in the pocket of some rich person or whatever. But my concern is with Trump, because he's the one in office. He's the one who's trying to dismantle the Constitution and federal laws. He's the one throwing out the baby with the other babies that were all in the bathwater together. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.